Hello, everybody. A few days ago, I mentioned that American President Donald Trump was considering to suspend the financing to WHO. Yeah? And now, actually, it's become a fact. He has decided to suspend the American financing to WHO. So WHO now is facing a big problem. And you know why? Because annually, the contribution of America to World Health Organization is $400 million. $400 million. It's the absolutely biggest contributor to finance all the activity of World Health Organization. Where China is much smaller. I have seen statistics showing that the American contribution is about 10 times that much as the Chinese. Yeah? So it is wrong that some media claim that WHO, this Director General, has been very friendly to China and is defending China, telling people that China has been doing a good job in fighting the coronavirus and so on. And they claim that the reason is China is a big contributor to World Health Organization. Wrong. America is 10 times bigger. Yeah. So this is. But if you ask me, well, how come that although America is much bigger contributor than China, then they still do the favor for China? Well, you see, statistics only show you the official contribution. But I only know that CCP is very good in making contribution into the private pocket of different people. So who knows? Donald Trump said he has ordered his expert to start an investigation on the behavior of World Health Organization since beginning of the year or since maybe even December to find out proof and evidence, making clear that WHO has been helping China to spread fake information, cover up, and also giving wrong information. So this is something really, interesting. And this is not the end. Yeah? This is only a beginning of a major thing. Now, talking about cover up and all this, you also may recall one of my previous video. I made comments on those official announcement from China saying that it has been 0 cases in this and that province, particularly the epicenter province, the province of Hubei, where the capital of Hubei is Wuhan. Yeah? And I remember from 3rd of April till 13th of April, these 10 days, according to Chinese official statistic, every day of these 10 days, 0 new cases, 0 new deaths. Wow, fantastic. They were, the hero, miracle. But problem is, like the Germans say, lies cannot survive long. Or they say lies have short legs, cannot run so far away. And so what happened is actually, I found out, you can say by accident or coincidence, but actually there's no coincidence in our life. I got information from friends in Wuhan, and his whole parent, was infected and quite serious. So they were put in a hospital and being treated for the coronavirus or the Wuhan virus or the CCP virus. So, and the old parents told us that exactly on those periods, between the 3rd of April to 13th of April, one of those days, according to the official announcement, 0 new cases, 0 deaths, but the parents, this old couple, they saw with their own eyes 6 people in their coronavirus ward died. They saw them passing by, in those plastic bags. And in the same day, they claim Wuhan and Hubei, the province of where Wuhan is, have 0 cases, 0 deaths. That's how CCP works. So if you want to stay awake and if you do not want to be cheated, you better find your alternative sources than the official information from CCP. And yeah, this is like that. This is life. This CCP virus, I call it also sometime, and I'm not alone in that. The reason we call it like this, or I call it like that, or I like the name also, as an alternative name for coronavirus, is because this virus seems to have a lot of connection with CCP. Now, one thing I was quite surprised in a way, that I got some information, statistic. One is from a Chinese who disclosed it in his Twitter. Yeah, I think on the 17th of March, not so long time ago. Yeah, less than a month ago. This person, he managed to get a copy of a list of death cases in hospital, and a total of 317 dead persons. And 80% of this list, they were party member, because in China it's quite common. Yeah, the authority they when in the register for dead people or people died, they have a special column where they make a mark if he's a party member or not party member. Because the party member are supposed to be the elite of the society. So imagine in the whole China. There's about roughly, the Chinese Communist Party claimed that they have 90 million members. 90 million members is roughly 6% of the population in China. And 6% of the population, and on that death list, 80% were party members. That's a very interesting phenomena. And of course, they did not write they die of coronavirus. They say they die of pneumonia. Pneumonia, or they died of burnout, all sort of funny reasons. But this is, statistic in China, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand, in People's Republic of China, statistic is not to reflect the facts, to help people to understand what has happened and what is happening. No, statistic, like almost everything else, all information, all official information are there to serve the politics of the Communist Party. Always, always. Any statistic, GDP, number of people died, or how many, and so on and so on. But interesting is, we found this copy, and it seems to be a real copy. And earlier in February, someone also managed to find another list with, I think, about 65 people, death list, list of death. And there also, absolute majority were party member. But again, they didn't say that they died of coronavirus, but they died suddenly of overworking. In Chinese, they call it 过劳突发之病, which means sudden death due to overwork. And funny enough, during the coronavirus time, unusually many people died of burnout. So, but again, it's sad that we cannot trust a government of the most populous country in this world. And we cannot trust, and this has consequence. I mean, that this pandemic has become so widely spread and so serious. The main reason is because this government is lying to the world, and WHO helped them to lie. You may wonder, how come a list of people died is a kind of top secret, because it was. I was surprised, and many people were surprised that someone disclosed it in Twitter, right? And you may also wonder, how come that a lot of information about the coronavirus or CCP virus are treated as state secret, yeah? A lot of things in China are treated as state secrets. Why? Well, because CCP has since long launched an invisible war. They call it themselves the Unrestricted Warfare. There was a book published in 1999 by two Chinese military officers. Yeah? And basically it's a warfare without any restriction. So one of the warfare they have been carrying out is information warfare, actually against the whole world of democracy and free countries. Yeah? Of course, the enemy number one is USA. And that's why all information are firmly controlled by the party. All information are weapons in an information war. This is why. And why they make war? Well, you see, there are many reasons. In the future, I make a special video to explain why they need war. But one thing you can be sure, that the Chinese Communist Party today need an enemy, need a kind of war to keep the people together. You know, you may be surprised if you have a deeper look into Chinese society. How many Chinese, particularly younger Chinese, are so nationalistic? They were hyper-nationalistic. They are so happy if a lot of people in America died in coronavirus. Because of this warfare propaganda. They create this, you know. The party always need an enemy. Since the existence of this party in 1921, always need enemy. So that's the reason. Okay? So if you like my video, so don't forget, click like and click subscribe if you haven't done it. And by the way, also click the little bell next to subscribe, because then you will get notification from YouTube when I come up with a new video. Okay, so much for today, and of course, share it with your friends and relatives. Okay, bye-bye.